Good morning. We'll again see another testing project we did in our company. So this time we are going to see a travel project, travel management project. So this is a project which we are going to do now manual testing. As a part of manual testing team, we are going to prepare all the test case documents. We are going to test all this site actually now. So first we'll go to the home. First we'll go to home, then we'll have a trip types, okay, where we can write search different types of trips, different type of destinations. We are going to search it. Next one is you are going to see different destinations. We are going to see so this is a like simple project which we created, and contacts and different trips, right? So these are the different trips where we can search it, like travel from one way round trip, booking a hotel for 3 days, 3 nights. So that we have just created as a simple application as a part of learning actually. So as of now, we are planning to, we are just going to show a demo of how to do manual testing with the help of this simple application. Slowly we'll move to automation with the help of different tools like Selenium Java, Selenium C#, Selenium Python, or other tools. UI tool, we are planning for performance testing tools also. So slowly this application will be automated with different tools. So as a so these are the documents which we prepared, deliverables, artifacts, which we prepared for this project actually. So first we'll go one by one. First, we'll go to this requirement where we gathered requirements for this travel management system. So we kept a title travel management system and project ID. So these are the requirements, different requirements which we gathered from that application. First is launching the site, checking the logo, checking the home page, yes, right, searching the trips, different types of trips, right, searching with different destinations, checking with the different packages, right, mapping, billing section, the payment gateway, and right, clicking the book now, inquiry form, contact form, notification via email. So these are different requirements which we gathered from that particular application. And we have two types of login. One is the user admin, next one is an admin login. So we have gathered requirements for admin portal also, for admin to give access to the user, and just add all the packages, whatever packages for the tips, it can be added through admin portal also. So we have gathered requirements for user portal and also for this admin portal. After gathering this requirement, we prepared a software requirement specification document, and that is nothing but your SRS document. So basically we have gathered after gathering all the requirements, we prepared a software requirement specification documents, where we have a contents table of contents here. So first we'll have purpose, we'll have scope, definition, acronyms and abbreviations, overview of the document, and what are the interfaces which we are going to use, and what are the different requirements, user requirements, which we have functional requirement, non-functional requirement, admin requirement, performance requirements. So we have kept all the requirements here. As I told you, first will be the introduction, about the general introduction about the particular application and the document actually. Next we'll have the purpose of the document. What is the scope? What you are going to cover in the document, that will be mentioned in the scope. Next one is we'll have the definitions, acronyms and abbreviations we have. Next one is we'll have the overview of the document. So what are the interfaces we are going to use, hardware interfaces and software interfaces. Next we have created a use case diagram for this particular travel management, right? So what are the modules, what are the functionalities we have gathered, and from that we have drawn a simple detailed diagram for this travel management. So just going to the home page, get started, right, searching with different trips with different destinations, types of trips, we can check it, and we can check the packages and the package availability, and logging with the registered user, like new user, so booking out, and confirming the ticket, or if you don't want the ticket, canceling the ticket, So we have gathered some, right? We prepared the use case diagram, and we have seen about the interfaces. We kept all the interfaces, system interfaces. The next one we'll have, we have kept the requirement, specific requirement, individual requirement for each functionality, right? So we kept, and we have kept the screenshot of that particular also, and we have kept all the requirements for each module we kept, and trip ties. So we have kept all the requirement. You can go through this document. This document will be uploaded in our site. So this is the site. So where you can go, you can go to c2testautomation courses. In that, already we have uploaded some right materials, interview questions we have uploaded. You can go. This document will be added in this particular link shortly. You can go and see that. Here also. Okay. Let's coming back to the SRS document. This will be a detailed SRS document. So you can see, you can go to that. So for book now, what are the right requirements available for the book now, right? After selecting package, user must select a date. User must add the members, adults and child before booking. User must fill the required information. Please make sure to check the private policy checkbox. So like that, we have added the requirements in the SRS document. So you can go through that for your learning purpose. You can see the download this SRS document, and you can do. So as I told you, we have added for admin requirement also. We have added for both user portal and also for the admin portal. We have added here. Okay. So let's move on to the another one. After preparing SRS document, we prepare test plan document. So okay, this is a plan document. As we all know, test plan is nothing but a detailed schedule about. After preparing the requirements, we put a plan, right? When you are going to execute, who is going to execute, how you are going to execute, either manually or automation, which tester is going to do what, right? Right. There will be another document called a strategy document where we'll have what to test, and plan document will have when, how, who is going to test. That will be mentioned in your plan document. So this will be the contents of the plan document. Test plan objective, scope, test strategy. The test strategy means what you are going to test. That will be mentioned in the strategy document. Next one is what are the types of testing you are going to do. What's the environment details, and what is the schedule, and what is control procedures. When is the meeting, what you are going to discuss in the meeting, who is going to do what, right? What is the change request, right? Right, what happens to change request, what are the functions to be tested, and what are the functions not to be tested, who are the resources in the particular team, and what is the responsibilities. So next one is what are the deliverables you have to submit after the end of testing, and when you are going to suspend, and when you are going to stop the testing. Exit criteria is nothing but when you are going to stop the testing. Okay. Next one is your resource planning and your approval. So this will be the contents of your plan document. As I told you, always for any document will start with an introduction, the objective of the particular right of the document, and next one is test plan objective. What is the purpose of plan, right? That will mention, and in scope, what you are going to test and what you are not going to test. Okay, so that will be mentioned in your in scope and the out scope. Next one is strategy, what you are going to test, right? That will be clearly mentioned in your strategy, right? I'm going to do system testing, I'm going to do regression testing, I'm going to do API testing, I'm going to check the API interface, right? Right, business is going to do UAT testing. So what environment you're going to check, whether you are going to perform in system environment or UAT environment or dev environment, right? So which right environment you are going to test, that will be also mentioned here in the plan, right? Next one is smoke testing, right? When you are going to do smoke testing, right? Normally we do, right, when new module has been come, right? So we are going to do smoke testing, right? That will mention, and what is the non-function testing, and what tool you are going to use, right? Like load runner, or like suppose in automation testing, we are going to use Selenium with Java. That will be also, right, we can add the plan document. So next one is, right, environment requirements. So what are the environments you are going to work, right? What are the tools you are going to work? Which environment you are going to work, right? So what is a UAT URL? What is Srs URL which you are going to work? So that also clearly will be mentioned here in the next one is, right, schedule. Schedule is test scenarios, right? When you are going to start, when you are going to finish. is test cases when you're going to start and when you're going to finish. Test execution when you're going to start and when you're going to finish. So that will be clearly mentioned, and control procedures, what are different reviews you're going to do. Like normally we do peer review, test case review, we do, right. Next one is a test summary. After the document is prepared, we do the review. So what are different reviews and who is going to do what? So that will be mentioned in your review document. And next one is change request. When a request has been raised, what happens next to that? It will go to the change control board. Change control board will approve based on the changes, and they'll see the all the budget, the time, everything that will be after the change control board is approved. Then only the request will be proceed. We have a three requests: change request, enhancement request, and maintenance request. So three requests will be there. So what happens when a change request has been raised by the customer? So that also will be, we can mention here. And how you are going to report a defect, what tool you are going to do, right? How you are going to classify the bug. So that also will we can mention here in test plan document. Next one is functions to be tested. What functions you are going to test and what functions you are not going to test. That also can be clearly mentioned. So what are the functions you are going to test? Okay. And admin portal, what you are going to do, user portal, what you are going to do, that will be clearly mentioned. Next one is resource and responsibilities. Who are the team members you are going to work in your in the project, and what is your roles and what is your responsibility? What the project manager is going to do, what the lead is going to do, what the tester is going to do. So that will be clearly mentioned. And next one is what are the deliverables you are going to submit at the end of a testing, like plan document, test case document, design, right, specifications, test data, traceability matrix, right, bug reports, right, test log reports, right. So what are the reports you are going to submit at the end of a testing? Next one is when you are going to suspend and when you are going to accept it, and when is the entry criteria and exit to the exit criteria. So that will be clearly mentioned. When you are going to stop testing, basically like when you have all the critical right test cases have been passed, all the functionality have been passed. So you're going to start the testing, right? All the right when you're going to start the testing, when the right where the build is there, environment is ready. So you're going to start the testing. When you're going to suspend. So that will be clearly mentioned in your plan document. Next one is resource planning. Who are the team members involved in the project and what are their activities? So that also will be clearly mentioned. Okay. Next one is approval signature. This is all about test plan document. Next, now let us see about the scenario document. Scenario, as it's right, it's clearly, we all know, right? Scenario is nothing but a high level functionality where lead level people will prepare the scenario document. This is for the guidance to testers, what are the main functionalities in the application, how we are going to test. Okay, so that will be clearly mentioned in your right scenario document. Okay, so what are the requirements, right? So what is the this is the template which we have: requirement ID, test scenario, model ID, test scenario description, priority, and number of test cases. Okay, next one is requirement ID. We have a test scenario ID, test scenario module name, and next one test scenario description, priority, and number of test cases. This is nothing but an estimation. This is we are calculating, right, how many test cases will come for this particular scenario. Like that, for both user portal and for the admin portal, we have created scenarios in this particular application. This normally our senior testers, and they prepared this document. By seeing that, our like junior testers, they created the test case document. This is nothing but as template. This is a template for your, this is standard template which we follow in our company. Next one is your test case document. Test case is nothing but your right, detailed steps, right, conditions which is derived from scenarios. So test case is nothing but, so if you notice, we already almost wrote like around more than 100 plus test cases here for this right application. So you can download this test case document and you can give us a feedback, so that we are ready to improve right as a team, right? You can give us a feedback so that we can update this sheet for a better purpose. So we almost wrote like 150 test cases for this particular application for both the user portal and also the admin portal we have written. So this is a test case template, as we already told. Test case ID, test case, test parameter, precondition, description, post condition, steps to execute, expected result, and actual. So normally actual result and status will be mentioned in test log. So this is nothing but a test case document. So we have created test cases based on the scenario which the senior person has created. So by seeing that scenario, we have created the test case. For example, test scenario ID, module name, test case ID, test case name, test data parameter, precondition, and we have created a precondition, test case description, post condition, steps to execute, and expected result. Okay. So like that, we have created a test case document. You can download, as we are already mentioned. You can download this in our site. That also you can download, right? And you can give us your feedback so that we can improve as a team. We can improve these templates. Okay. Next one is a test case review report. So we have a test case review, right? After the test case has been completed, a senior tester is going to review this report, right? Here they have a checklist. Based on the checklist, they'll check whether the test case is complete. Like for example, all the template is correct, right? The next one is a test scenarios have been identified, test cases have been identified, boundary value analysis, sequence class partitioning has been done. Next one is test conditions, right? Any test scenarios have been missed. Test data set is prepared properly. Next one is both, are they covering both positive cases and negative cases? And exceptional flows has been covered. Expected result have been mentioned properly. So like that, we have a right set of checklist. Based on the checklist, we'll check that if it is there, then based on that, the test the person who is going to review the document will give the comments. After by seeing the comments, the test case document will be updated. So that is a general thing which we follow. So this is a basic checklist we have. By seeing this checklist, we'll review the test cases. If everything is there, then we'll move to the next phase, that is called as your execution phase. Okay, after the test case, there we'll have a bug report where, so as we mentioned in the previous demo which we did for our retail application, same thing, we have prepared a bug report template actually. Okay, so we have created a bug report, a template. We have a serial number, bug ID, bug description, and we have steps to reproduce, severity we classified, priority, screenshot, test data, reproducible, right? Giving suggestions to developer, yes or no, reported date, reported by. So we have created this bug report, and they have given the bug description here, and we are given expected result here, we are given an actual result here, and we are given a build version, which build we have found this bug, and what is the environment details, what is the browser we use, and what is the machine, what is the server we use. So like that, we given the details about the environment also, and how we found the bug, what are the steps we follow to find the bug. So we are given the steps also, and we classified the bug severity, and we have attached the screenshot here. Next one is test data, what data we inputted, which given here, and whether it can be fixed or not fixed. We're given the date, and we're given the name of a tester who found the bug. So that is clearly mentioned. Like that, we have we wrote the bug description for 3 bugs here. So this is your bug report template. So as a basically, we are given an end-to-end right flow here. What are the complete software testing life cycle? What are the reports normally, generally as per industry standards, right? What are the reports it can be prepared? That will be clearly mentioned here. We have a daily report where our team members used to report daily here. So daily they will submit this report. So the module name, total number of test cases written, total number of executed on a particular day, and status, and what is the additional task they did. So we have updated the daily status reported here. Same thing, we have a weekly status report also we here. So what per a week, what are the like tasks they did and how many hours they spent, right? Or like what are the how many right test case count they did, and what is the status, and any comments they want. Well, and also the what is the next week plan, right? I'm going to automation testing, I'm going to performance testing, I'm going to run the regression pack. So they have updated the next week plan also. So that also clearly mentioned here in the weekly report. So these are the different reports we prepared. And finally, we prepared RTM also, requirement traceability matrix. So to track the requirements. So as we all know, RTM is used to track the requirements right from the start phase to the end phase. Right, what is a requirement ID, requirement type, module name, test scenario ID, test case ID, pass and fail, bug ID, and the remarks. So we used to track the requirements. So we gave the requirement ID, requirement type, module name, test scenario ID for link to that particular requirement, test case ID linked to that particular requirement, and the status, pass and fail. So it is clearly mentioned here in the RTM. So this is for a so normally we create the RTM in the test design phase. We are going to update the RTM in the test execution phase. So this is the understanding, right? So this is the RTM report for you. Next one will be your last report, will be a summer report where we prepare this in the closure phase. This is sample right test summer report we prepared. Actually same thing, we have a table of contents here. So project, application overview, testing scope, metrics, types of testing performed, test environment, lessons learned, right? So we have this prepared. The purpose is that, okay, the application overview is there. We have the application overview, testing scope, in scope, out scope is there, what we tested and what we didn't tested, what are the items we tested, what are the items we didn't tested. So that is clearly mentioned here. And we have metrics where what are the total number of test cases planned, what are the test case, total number of executed test cases executed, and how many passed and how many failed. So we have created a metrics also, we have created a graph also, so that it can be easily understandable. So we have generated metrics, and same thing we have did for defects also. How many critical bugs, major bugs, medium bugs, and low bugs we have found that we find that we have added here. Okay. Next one is a defect distribution for each module. How many medium, low, and major, medium, and cosmetic bugs we have added. So that that also it's added here. Okay. Next one is what are the types of testing performed? Smoke testing, system integration testing, regression testing. So we did. Next one is right performance testing. What are the environment we use, and what are the lessons learned? Right, what we learned during our testing phase. Right, so communicating with team members in case of any issues. Environmental verification should be done daily. Any issues should be mentioned via team chat, so that it is easily intimated to all the team members. So reporting the status daily in the Scrum call. So daily I should attend the call, and the status should be updated on the regular basis. Checking the environment before the execution, all the environment is set up or not. Then the recommendations for the next right release. Next one is the best practices which we followed. What can be followed during your execution phase. That is an exit criteria, conclusions, and sign up. So these are the different reports. As I told you, if you notice, right, of almost like 12 deliverables during our testing project. It's almost took a month for completing this task. Okay, so we are going to upload all these documents here in the c2testautomation courses shortly. You are going to see a lot of courses here. Already we have done, but we are going to add a lot of videos here, materials. Already there's a framework here. Like interview questions has been added. So you can show, there's a practice page also where you can register and you can do for automation testing also. So this is our site. You can log into a site and you can download these documents whenever you have time. Okay, so thank you for your thank you for listening. Thank you. Bye.